Yeah.
It's that time of the week again.
Yes.
You might not like it.
Look, they always telling me in due time, one day it's gonna be your time. Your time in the city, I'm the gold mine. The gold mine. Told my dogs that it's go time. It's go time. You don't know what I've been through. Seen them bang it out the window. The window. Cops come, you give them info. The info. That's why I don't fuck with you. With you, I can't see them make it go down. Make it go down. Man, I do it for the hometown. The hometown, let them know that we're home now.
Y'all know what time it is. I already told y'all. We coming in with something hot every single week, every single episode. My boy Deli every day again. Hometown. Doing it for the hometown. We got Sam and Sir Octavius standing up and feeling extra good. How y'all doing today, fellas? How are we doing today, fellas? What's going on, man?
I didn't know if Sam was talking, but I'm feeling good. I'm feeling amazing. I'm feeling amazing. Hey, look, it's Wednesday, August 20th. You know what I mean? And I'm in a new studio, and I gotta represent the Valley Boys for all my AZ people out there. Like I said last time, hey, I'm gonna bring the heat. It was 109 degrees today, and I'm gonna bring 110-degree heat. And look, a lot of people leave out of Arizona because they don't like it, and so you definitely ain't gonna like and not like what I'm gonna say. But hey, what's good? We from the Valley. Let's go.
Man, all right. I like the way he redid his intro like nobody can hear him from episode 1. Sam, let's get you off mute, brother. Go ahead and talk to the people. Sam,
Man, shit.
hey,
Hey, it happened, man. I'm feeling good, though. How about you, brother?
hey, another beautiful day, man. Getting over a sickness, brother. And I'm just happy to be back recording with my brothers, man, ready to talk some spit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm glad you're feeling better, man. Man, out here, like brother said, I don't know what part of the valley he was in, but it was 117 out here. You know,
Ooh,
that
You know,
110 must have been in a suburb somewhere.
that must be at that new studio he had, huh, Sam? Yeah, that new
Yeah,
studio. Hey, well,
man.
out here in Dallas, man, it was raining. We had some rain today, man. I don't think it got over 90 today.
Look at
So,
show out over there. Showing out, huh?
hey, we had a beautiful day, man. Beautiful day. But hey, I
Oh,
appreciate y'all being here with me today, man.
man.
I want to get this kicked off. We got a few things we're gonna talk about. Something we started to kind of dwell into the last episode. We're gonna talk about obviously the WNBA's diddler, right? Or diddlers. We're gonna talk about a little RG3 Angel Reese, right? Kind of bring that up and just have a few words, see what we gotta say about it. And then we got something special for everybody out there, but a little modern woman versus the traditional woman conversation happening today. So today won't be all sports. We're gonna go ahead, get into some true topics. And then, we're gonna wrap it up and bring a weekly pick 'em as we kind of start to dwell into the NFL season. We're gonna pick Thursday night, Sunday night, and Monday night football games. And then obviously we'll pick and track our team's progress. So let's get started. Update, right? Final week of the preseason. The teams are about to get going. What are you looking for out of this final game of the preseason? And then how you feel that started that season? Like, what are we looking for, fellas? And Octavius, no backup quarterback, man.
Oh, that's where we going.
You
That's
might
where we
not like
going.
it. You know what I'm saying? Bird Gang said they don't care about the backup, man.
That's what we doing. Hey, Sam, I'll give it over to you. I'll let you go first, man. I'll let you go.
Well,
first.
I think I'm gonna talk about we signed our backup today. Our backup quarterback. We gave
Hey,
him a little extension. We
first
gave him a little
extension since
extension.
Jay Cutler. First extension since
Man,
Jay Cutler. Man, what?
well, it's well deserved. He's quality. If Caleb get hurt, he step in, do his thing. I trust him a whole lot. What I'm looking for in this last preseason game is, since I understand that the Steelers is gonna get in there against the Kansas City Chiefs, who always is a Super Bowl threat. So I'm looking for that defense to stand up, you know, make Patrick Mahomes a little uncomfortable. Then I will be very happy with that. As an offense, Kansas City do have one of the best defenses in the league, if not the best defense once playoff come. Um, I would like to say that I would love to see Caleb continue his a little bit more than 10 reps this time. And if it looks good, we go into that season on a positive note.
Okay.
And I'm thinking we probably need to pull that game off, which is preseason. So I ain't looking, like I said, I ain't looking too far into it. But
Right.
if both sides of the ball, the first couple quarters is the starters, that'll tell us a lot about the Bears this year.
Well, hey, one thing I think, we ain't talking about though, but what was the score of the second preseason game? I know O came in hot last episode talking mess, tying with the Dolphins, but y'all put some work
38
in.
nothing. 38 nothing.
Ooh, we'll put a
But it's
donut on the
preseason.
board.
Don't want to talk about it.
Okay. I wanted to give you a little bit, brother, because Green Bay done owned y'all for so long. I felt like, we'd have done you dirty so long. I wanted to give you some positivity there, brother.
Hey, that belt is now taken.
Listen, man, there's gonna be
No more this. No more this. No more this.
a lot of BTA, brother. A lot of belt to ass. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
Talk to the
They got that
people.
little hype train running about Green Bay with Michael too, huh?
Hey. You know that you never know.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like that's a tough one right there.
Green Bay
You know
got
what
the
I
money,
mean?
baby. If Green Bay spend it, the Black Clay Matthews, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Come on now. We
hey,
going crazy.
it got rejected by the Cowboys, so
Yeah, because they know they got to see us September 20th.
They ain't gonna let that happen, man. They gonna let that man go ahead and play the whole entire year.
Yeah.
He
What's
gonna
up,
be a
though?
Cowboy.
Talk
Once
to us,
he
baby.
starts playing, that's it. But look, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it 100. Definitely, our last preseason game, it wasn't the best. I know I was hooping and hollering about our man, our backup quarterback, and look, he still shows some promise. He still shows some promise. I ain't gonna lie. We kind of got our ass handed to it, but that's good though. It's preseason. We needed to know what it feels like to come off of L. Look, we playing the Raiders here at home. So all my people in Arizona show up, let's show out. Cause you already know how that Raider fan is. But my spotlight person I'm looking for, at least for the preseason, this coming game, is really our running back. James Conner is good, but we need a backup running back. And I love my man so far, Mr. Bam Knight. Bam Knight. Bam Knight. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I feel he could be a quality backup, if not a quality punt returner or just returner overall. I think his first game he didn't do the best, but definitely I'm looking for him to show up this game and really show it. Look, Brissett had a soft game. I ain't gonna lie, he really did. But it comes with the territory, so he got another game to be able to show out and show up in the home city in the stadium. And we'll see. But I'm gonna repeat. I'm really gonna go what Sam said. It's really our defense, man. Denver was all up in our ass. They was running, they was throwing. I mean, look, defense stopped a very close touchdown, which was somewhat of a momentum.
Mm-hmm.
But look, at the end of the day, we got our ass handed 27-7. You can't really say anything else more than that. So, not a game that we like, but a game that we need to be able to see where areas of opportunities is. And again, like I said, the person that I'm watching the most is Mr. Bam Knight. If my man could really get going and running, if we could find ourselves a quality person to go home when we get kicked or we get a kickoff, or a punt return, I think that would be quality. So I'm still predicting that 11-6. I don't give a damn what happened last game, especially with a lot of rumors and things that's going on with LA, the Rams. They don't even know if their quarterback is going to be around. He got back injuries and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? We're going to find out what the Raiders going to look like right now. Seattle's still in a dismay when it comes to their quarterback. So I feel like us Cardinals got the most structured and solid team right now. But we'll see. 11-6. Cardinals. Let's go.
I don't think Octavius was watching week 2 of the preseason, huh? Because Octavius, I don't know if you know this, brother, but you remember them Chiefs that y'all beat up on in week 1 of the preseason? Yeah, Seattle just dropped 33 on them and beat them 33. Now again, I
That's
know.
backup though. That's backup though.
Hey, you're saying hey, they ain't got it figured out. They ain't this, that, and the third. Right now, it looked like both of y'all. It looked like both of y'all beat the Chiefs. Man, they went up in there running the ball, Sam. They was running the ball. And like I said, who they got? They still got Charbonnet. Hey, bruh can run the ball. And if Seattle can get a run game, they can be dangerous. Now, again, yeah, they ain't got a backup quarterback. They ain't got a quarterback. Or we'll see, right? Can they make something happen? Can they make a run? You just talk about the division being weak, and I'm just saying, don't sleep on them, bro. Not yet, all right? Obviously, Seattle got Green Bay.
I won't sleep on the 49ers.
Okay, Sam. We gonna stop that, bro. Ain't we not disrespecting the Niners like that, bro? Come on, man.
I said I wouldn't sleep on the Niners.
Okay. I was about to say, bro, y'all gotta stop with this Niner bashing.
I'm just saying I wouldn't sleep on them. I mean, they let Debo go, but I wouldn't sleep on them.
You better not, bro. Don't sleep on them.
The defense, man. I'm just talking about the defense.
Defense is
I
solid.
ain't even talking about the offense. Because I don't even feel McCaffrey gonna make it all season. I just don't. But hey.
I agree, but I'm not here to talk about the Niners. Green Bay, final preseason game against Seattle. The Packers, man, came back, had to whoop up on the Colts. Colts thought they was doing something. Green Bay went ahead and spanked they butt, came back. Those third and fourth stringers really, started to show up. I'm excited for, our running back on our run game. And I'm even excited to see if Jordan Love, continues to be injury prone, or let's say has some minor injuries that may keep him out. Malik Willis coming in and really doing a great job of managing the game. We talked a lot about game managers. In some instances, that's all it takes. That's all you need. You got a great defense. You got a great run game. You need somebody to come in and manage. And he was able to do that in some instances this last game. Obviously wasn't the one that made the comeback, but the Packers, went ahead and got our first one in the preseason. Excited to see preseason be over with and just get on to the regular season, because y'all already know I'm hyped and ready, and I can't wait to go to Detroit and face them Lions. That's all I'm looking forward to. Green Bay versus the Lions.
What bet is that? What bet is that? I mean, y'all faced each other first game, man. What bet is that?
Hey, they come into Lambeau. They come into Lambeau week 1. We're going to talk about this a little later. We're going to talk about that a little later. But yeah, I wanted to get all that out the way, catch up, get our teams, that final preseason. Now we know where we stand. Now we know what we look like. We'll get into picking the games a little later, right, at the end of the show. But I wanted to bring some news to y'all. We're going to talk about the WNBA diddler, right? I wanted to bring something to y'all. I don't know if y'all knew this or not. And I found this to be extremely funny. First and foremost, I want to touch on one thing. I think the WNBA, from a popularity standpoint, there's been a lot going on. They've been doing much, much better. And the expansion teams added, expanding the league, new players coming in. There's a lot of excitement around the WNBA right now. And so it sucks when something like this happens and that's the talk of everything. But you got the Valkyries, the Golden State Valkyries just came in, right? They may be the first expansion WNBA team to go to the playoffs in their first year. So these ladies is out here balling. These ladies is doing some good work. The Minnesota Lynx are on a historic pace right now. They're on pace to put up the most wins in a WNBA season. So there's a lot of good happening. Obviously, we know the Caitlin Clarks, the Angel Reeses, Asia Wilson, the defending MVP, Paige Buckets. We got a lot of women to talk about, but the diddler obviously has been the highlight here. And like we talked about, 4
And
games.
Angel Reese has been saying some crazy comments as well. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna knock it. But one of the comments I seen her say is that she want her shoes to be pretty much as big as like the Michael Jordan shoes. She
Yeah.
want to see a lot of people rocking them and whatnot. And look, I'm not gonna knock it. The shoes is pretty fly. You always gotta have a manifestation of it, but definitely she's been dropping some very hot topics or some hot bars.
I love it.
That's been bringing attention to the WNBA. And I know a lot of people don't like it, but look, news is what brings attention to sports. If we look at the Dallas Cowboys do it every single year. And so, I agree, T. I agree.
Yeah, I love it. I think there's so much that they're doing that's being overshadowed by, certain topics. And again, obviously, we're going to talk about a topic overshadowing some of the things. But that's why I wanted to highlight, just some of the positive things that I think are going on in the game. Shoot, Asia Wilson just dropped I think 32 points and 20 rebounds the other night. So there's a lot of good coming out of the WNBA, right? But here's what happened, guys. The diddlers, I guess, cryptocurrency, a startup cryptocurrency, is their crypto coin is based off of a neon green adult toy. They're the ones that have taken credit for throwing the neon green adult toys onto the floor as a form of, creating buzz. And again, talked about it. I looked in Megan Hall from the USA Today reported, right, that a crypto meme coin group was responsible for this. Now, a couple of teenagers or a couple of adults had been arrested for throwing the dildos. There were 2 adults that were arrested and 1 suspect. There was 1 suspect that it said, and I quote, that the adult toy didn't make it to the court, but it hit a 12-year-old kid.
Somebody.
Bro, come on. That was dramatic.
Oh,
guys,
man.
it was all a ploy to launch their cryptocurrency coin. And that's kind of what happened.
I kind of thought they were saying we need more men on the court. I don't know.
Oh,
that's crazy. Yeah, I thought I didn't know. Honestly, when I heard about it, I didn't know the meaning of it. The first thing I thought of was, there's a lot of lesbian couples in the WNBA.
Okay.
And so, maybe if, throwing a green dildo out there has something to do with it. I didn't know. I thought it was an act to bring, again, controversy to the league, to bring attention, which it did work because it did start bringing more attention in a negative way. But I mean, look, whenever you have more eyes on the WNBA, especially when the women are out there projecting that they want to get paid more than what they're getting paid now, even when they worked out a deal with the league and the league ended up wanting to give them a better contract, and they said that's still not enough. I didn't know if maybe the WNBA players had something to do with it to bring highlight to their sport, because one thing a lot of fans and sports people talk about is nobody really watches their games. Right? Unless it's Caitlin Clark or Angel Reese or something of a highlight, nobody really pays attention to their game based off of just the overall attention to the sport. So that's why I thought that they were being thrown out there. But my question, which was circling around, is I still want to know how they were able to get these dealers out or get the dealers into the arena in the first place.
Well,
because technically you're supposed to get searched when you enter an arena. So that was my question I always was asking.
Go ahead, Sam.
Well, they not metal, so you can
Right.
get past the detector,
You get past
you
a
know,
metal
so
detector. You don't get patted down going into these
no,
games.
you don't. You go through the metal
Yeah.
detector and nowadays you can't tell what's what, you know? You just
Right.
can't grab, can't tell what's what, you know? So I don't know. What I
Hey,
thought, my thinking of it was one, they already had the attention with Angel Reese
Right.
and Caitlin Clark controversy,
Right.
which made for TV movie right there on in a zone.
Talk
I
about it.
thought it was I thought it was some higher ups. That's what I thought. I thought it was some higher
Okay.
ups saying y'all deal with them anyway. We need more. The reason we don't watch it because we need men out there. Y'all need some of these so y'all can get some more something, you know, something of that nature. I mean, I don't know,
Well,
but that's what I was
Sam,
thinking at first. What's up?
they passed the law, brother. No transgenders in the game, so ain't no going both ways.
I
Being able to
mean,
play both sports, baby.
I don't. Me personally, I don't know what that means. I got an idea of what it means, but I don't know what that means.
we don't know what means. You don't know what means.
Yeah. The
I don't
law
know what
or what
I don't know what
transgender mean?
transgender mean because I only
Okay.
know about two genders, male
Okay.
and female.
Fair.
So I don't know what that means. I got an idea, but I don't know
Here's
what
what it
that
means.
means.
Here's what it means,
Wait a
Sam.
minute. Okay. Yeah,
What
yeah.
it
Break it
means
down too.
is,
'Cause I was about to.
no, it's all good. If you were born a biological man and you now
Mhm.
say you're a woman, that
Well,
don't give
that's
you the freedom.
confusing.
That don't give you the freedom to go play in the WNBA. You can't
Oh,
be
I
the new
understand that.
Caitlin
That's
Clark.
confusion
So
though.
that's what they saying. Right.
That's being
Yeah.
confused. Okay. So there's a law against that. Understand that. So them throwing them things on the court is like either saying y'all use them anyway, or we need more men on the court. I don't know. I don't know. It's just a thought. Like, why would
Okay.
y'all do this? Like, why
Okay.
why would y'all be doing these things?
I see
Like,
where
it's
you're
it's
going.
negative. It's
No,
negative.
100%.
Like
It
like
is 100% negative. I think
yeah.
it just puts a stain
Maybe
because
they was getting too much attention. So some
okay.
guy was just like, hey, ew. Then hit a fan with it, you know?
Bro, the fan catching a stray is crazy.
Bruh.
I could never get over the
Bruh.
fan catching a stray. That
Man,
I can't
that's a
get over.
lawsuit, ain't it?
Man, listen, somebody getting sued. The arena getting
That's
sued. The
sexual
team,
harassment, yo.
man, the team getting
Yeah.
sued. How I get diddled
went,
in the back of the head, pause, at the game. You know what I'm saying?
that's a low key embarrassment
He did
moment.
it here?
I don't know, but oh shit. Oh shit.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, crazy, crazy times. But again, there's a lot, to be said about, the WNBA. And I mean, even I think you talk more about, Angel Reese. Octavius, I love you. You kind of went there. I think a lot of people attack Angel Reese for her brash comments, right? For the confidence that she got in herself and for her media prowess. I think she's a great person to kind of promote her brand, promote herself, promote her sisters in the WNBA. And I feel like sometimes she gets a bad rap for it because of the way it comes out and about, right? We all know Caitlin Clark is a great player. Sam, you alluded to a little bit of Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark, right? The drama made for TV, right?
Yeah.
A lot of the attention is drawn from, she's just standing up. And a lot of the girls you see in the WNBA that had a little, malice toward Caitlyn, it was just the media is portraying it as Caitlyn is the big savior, right? And they're like, wait, hold up. There's more of us here. Hey, I got the ring. Remember that? I did this. I got the ring. We did the head to head. I got the ring. And
Mm.
so I'm here too. But, there's been a few people that have been going and I think taking it a little too far. And I think RG3 is one of them where, there's been a lot coming out and, there's been a lot of athletes speaking against RG3. And, when you think about RG3 as a African American, male and a former quarterback in the league, right? Obviously he has a voice when he speaks, when he posts things, when he says things, people are going to follow. And a lot was said by Ryan Clark. And one thing that I think RG3 got very defensive about was the bringing of his wife into the whole, situation. And I want to straight up say I don't blame Ryan Clark one bit. I think that RG3 having his wife in the background while he was making his comments and letting her chuckle and laugh and, kind of giggle along. Now, not that, she making fun or laughing, but you brought her into this because that was the image that we saw. African American men, you see too many times the women are like, black men don't care about black women. And right. And so now you got a black man tearing down a black woman, taking Caitlin Clark's side or, kind of bashing her down a bit, posting a, meme that was posted and then sharing that meme of the gorilla in her jersey for an NBA 2K, cover. So I think it was fair game. I have no problems with any of Ryan Clark's comments, and I echo it, right? Like if you're gonna sit there and have her in the background laughing and giggling while you knock this, young black woman down, you got everything that everybody want coming your way. It's coming. And I welcome anybody to say that, they think that he is a POS for, his comments and for some of the things he does. What do y'all think about, the RG3 versus Angel Reese kind of drama?
Look, I'm gonna take it another level. When you, as a black man, when you date outside your race, sometimes you forget, you get lost. You say things that you hear from the other side and forget the damage that it can do by you stating that.
Yeah.
Right. And so coming from somebody that has dated outside the race for a while with a long-term relationship, I understand how it might be. And again, at the end of the day, it doesn't make it right whatsoever, at all. But I don't think that RG3 understood at that moment the damage that he was doing at that very time. But that also does showcase what type of culture, what type of language is being spoke in a mixed interracial relationship. Whether that's good or that's bad, in his world, he could think just due to the fact that he has, a white wife, they might have jokes on their race back and forth. To them, it's fine. With his kids, it's fine. And again, I'm speaking from being in a relationship of such. You do have that comfortability level where you start to pick at certain things that your race is known for, right? I mean, look, fellas, we all black. We all know we drink, purple Kool-Aid, purple soda, chicken. I mean, everybody loves chicken, watermelon. The stereotypes. And again, when you get comfortable with other race, you start to pick. And it's all fair love and game. Is not taken in a bad way. And so I say all that to say, his mind could have been there and could have stated things or said that in a manner of not knowing the magnitude that it would have brought due to the fact of the household that he lives in and the world that he's in. And if fellows or women, if you've never dated outside your race, maybe you have, we're in 2025, for a long-term relationship, you'll know what I'm saying when I say that, as far as, you do start to pick on each other's stereotypes. But it's a love thing, right? It's not a hate thing. And so again, I'm not saying what RG3 said or did was right whatsoever. I'm just stating based off his mind and the world that he lives in,
But
his family's in.
I also think, yeah, that's a thing, right? But that's not something you portray out to the rest of the world. That's not something you put on camera for everybody to see. That's like in-house love back and forth. That's kind of like being brothers. Like, I'm gonna call you out on certain things that I never call you out for in public. And I think that's
Absolutely. But
that should be the
RG3
difference there.
RG3 is known for doing crazy call outs on camera. This is his first time of saying some off the wall comments around athletes. Now, granted, it wasn't to this magnitude because, again, what we just talked about, WNBA is on the rise, and you got Caitlin Clark, you got Angel Reese, you know what I mean? And so, but he's made other very elaborate comments on live TV.
Yeah.
There's a video showing all of the ones that he did. I mean, I believe that's the reason why he's not even on ESPN at this moment. Because of some of the things, he's very loose with his lips, if I'm saying. And so again, I'm not saying it's right, but he does have a path of comments that he's made. And I mean, I wish I could pull him up and be able to show y'all. But I do believe that's where he was coming from. I think he was coming as an entertainment standpoint. But once you put something out on the internet, I mean, it's there forever. You can't take it back, right? Like, it is what it is.
Exactly.
And so again, he's wrong. He's wrong what he did. He should have never did it. I'm just trying to put my feet in his world, and due to the fact that I've dated in an interracial relationship before, I do understand a little bit.
Sam, where you stand, brother?
Well, I'm gonna start off with the brother talking about interrelational relationships. Like, a person love who they love. You know, I'm not gonna get into it. As the respect factor, you got to know where you from, who you is. That's more important than anything else. I'm gonna also say that these RG3 is he putting Caitlyn up on a pedestal. Not saying she don't deserve the attention. She's a white girl Steph Curry, you know? So she do need that attention, but also without Angel Reese, would she have that much attention coming into the NBA? A little bit, but not as much because Angel Reese helped that, you know? She helped that cause. And we also got to remember that these are two kids. And RG3 is a grown man who played football, not basketball. And Kaylin and Angel is two different types of players, to their own credit. But as in him doing it around his wife, you know, she getting all this attention from RG3. And if I was his wife, I would be a little like, hey, what is it? I want to be giggling and laughing. Maybe he want to stir that coffee over there, you know? I don't know. You know, back in the day when you like something, you was mean to it, you know. That's how we did.
You saying he trying to take the creamer out his coffee now? He want it black?
I mean, he giving her an awfully lot of attention, you know. Back in the day, we would downplay a girl that we wanted to get at, you know. I ain't saying it's true, but all I'm saying is, like, is a reason behind it, and hopefully it ain't to try to put her down in front of his wife, cause then I understand why some of the other players is going at him like that.
Hey, Sam, like, I echo your point, brother. I remember women used to be rough back in the day, man. I've gotten a couple of, like, little slap boxing matches with girls that were just flirting. And it was the craziest way to flirt. We in a slap box competition and we flirting. Like, so I get what you're saying. I hear you. And
he might be throwing shade.
That's an interesting take.
Hey, his girl might need to watch out now. I'll be looking at him like, why you so into her instead of laughing? But all jokes aside, though, I didn't know about that little monkey thing.
Yeah,
that's real disrespectful. As me being a brother, I'm married to somebody outside of my race. Personally, I wouldn't for TV or for just to get a click. I'm not going to talk about my race like that. We have our own little issues within our communities, and that's not trying to better us, you know. That's putting us down, and that's an Uncle Tom move to me. So I think he was wrong, and I echo what you was saying. But as in Ryan Clark, I want to put his wife in it. You know, I want to put his wife in it. I want to put his personal life in it. I'd have just checked him like, hey, dude, like, hey, it's like you're gonna talk about the black woman like that, but you put the white woman on a pedestal like that. That ain't where we going with this.
Yeah,
No way, shape, or
you
form.
picking sides.
They two different.
Essentially, you picking sides.
They two different players. For one, two different types of players. Caitlin can't go down there with Angel Reese at and do what she doing. And Angel can't go out there and do what Caitlin doing. Two different types of players.
Right.
I mean, but
But
can we say
for
that he already
RG3,
picked
for
his side?
RG3 to sweater like that, I think something wrong with him. Them kids.
Agree. What were we saying? Oh,
I mean, can't we agree that he already chose his side though, fellas? He already picked his side, right?
yeah.
I
I mean,
think
he
he
married
picked
to
his
her.
side because he promoting one and downgrading the other. So yeah, he
No,
picked his side.
he's saying he picked the side because of his his marital
His
status,
wife?
who he married. I
His
think
wife
that's what
is
he
white,
mean. Yeah, I think that's what
so
he
he
mean.
picked the side. That's what I
I
mean,
mean, it may look like
right?
that because she was in the background, but that wasn't the only time that he had a take on it.
Correct. No,
Every
it's not.
Oh no,
It's not.
so
no.
And it was all
so in
talked
other
about.
words, you're saying she shouldn't have been there and it would have been received differently.
No. What
No,
I'm
I think it would
saying,
have still been the same.
yeah, I think the message was clear. The message was crystal clear, I think, to everybody. And the only reason I say that I don't
I think he wants some cocoa in
criticize,
his coffee instead of that cream.
I'm just saying the
uh,
reason I don't
and
condemn
he
Ryan
want his
Clark,
coffee black, bro. That's what it
the
is. He just
reason,
want
fellas,
black coffee.
the
She gonna
reason
rock
I
his
don't,
world.
that's crazy. Y'all crazy. But listen, the reason I don't condemn Ryan Clark for what he did is because you put yourself in that situation. You involved her in that situation. Now, here's what I think, right? When Ryan Clark initially made his comments, I don't think Ryan Clark was attacking the family as such. I think what Ryan Clark was doing was he was reacting to what everybody saw, right? Um, Seeing him talk the way he is about, this young lady. And again, the wife just sitting there in the back. It's like that person that,
He's doing it for her.
it's that person that talk behind your back but laugh in your face, right?
Yeah, he's doing
The
it for her.
embodiment of it. And that was the image that we were able to see of such. And so I think that's where he was reacting from. And it wasn't from to personally put his wife out there, but I think you involved her when that clip, came out. So
Yeah, and this guy should honestly understand because he had a lot of weight on his back coming into the league.
yeah,
Some he probably couldn't handle.
right.
Mentally, and for him to a man do it to a female, and she come to the league basically, she has this expectation on her when she entered the league.
Yeah.
He's not helping her in no way, shape, or form. And to sit up and talk about another woman in front of your wife, and your wife's laughing about it, which she should have been more of the person to say, "Hey, get off that. That's a woman sport."
Right.
That's what
That's
you expect from her.
what I was thinking, Sam, was that
Yeah,
wouldn't you think that that would be more woman empowerment? Like, ain't this what women
yeah.
been yelling for this whole time is, look, women don't support women. And like, we need to all support each other. Why are the men beating us down? But it's like, well, that's a perfect instance where you could girl power and we could get this, womanhood going,
Yeah.
and they could back each other up. So now it turns
But
into
but that's what I'm telling y'all, fellas. Like again, when you look, I dated a white girl, right? And when you ingratiate yourself into that world, depending on their family cultures and their beliefs, sometimes as a human, as a man, some men are alpha and some men are beta, right? You ingratiate yourself in that world. I don't think that RG3 before meeting his wife would have ever did something of that nature, right? Posting Angel Reese and with the monkey. I don't think he would have ever did that back maybe in his college days or high school days. But when you get
this is his
involved in a
second
different
wife,
culture,
though,
okay,
of the
when
same
he gets
race.
okay, and so
Oh, his first
maybe
wife
that's
was
just.
white too?
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, that's
okay.
just what he. I mean, look, he has his preference, fellas. That's
Right.
just
So
what
I'm
he likes.
saying,
what you
it ain't necessarily
so
that
you call him beta?
Woody had not done it in college. And good. Hey, Octavius is going crazy with the alpha beta thing too.
Yeah, ain't it?
Well,
Right.
I'm just saying based off of I truly look fellas, at the end of the day, if you're alpha or if you're a beta, your
Hey,
woman is going to either control you or not control you. And
hey,
so there's something going on inside that house to make a man of black men to go and do that to another black woman that he doesn't have any type of relationship with.
Right.
Right. Again, I think that it could have been a conversation in bed or whatever case is. Like I said, maybe he did have a little eye of attraction because look, Angel Reese, I mean, she's
Little
stunting. You
stallion.
know what I
She a
mean?
little
She's thick.
stallion, ain't
Yeah,
she?
she's thicker than a snicker, right? And so,
Pretty,
you
pretty,
know,
pretty girl.
when you look at a billboard all day and then you finally get to look at something thick, you know, it kind of changes your mind. It brings you back, right? It just brings you back a little bit. I mean, why is BBL starting to pop
Stupid.
up? Let me
You're
not even go there.
stupid.
But regardless of the simple way, on the situation, I truly do believe that RG3, yes, I'm gonna just say it, I believe he's a beta, and I believe his wife literally is probably the agenda of what's pushing the maybe not hate, but the vintage towards Angel Reese, right? And probably trying to talk down on her because it's a black woman of success. Because again, Wavy, like you said, look, it's a women empowerment in 2025. Why is she laughing and not saying, "Hey, cut that shit out"?
Yeah.
Right? Like that's
hey,
the biggest thing. And so,
hey, here's the thing
I'll
with
let
that.
you wrap it up,
It's
Sam. I'll let you wrap
it's
up
so
on this one.
many it's so many other black females that's in the league that are great players.
Great.
Why he not bashing them? Why he not bashing them? That's a question to you.
100%.
And if he allow his wife to push him to do those things, then he deserve pushback. Period. No matter where it's coming from. And if that's the case, and that's what everyone believed, Ryan Clark had every right to bring his wife up there. I'm gonna say that, but I did say he didn't have no business. Now bringing it up if it was just between him and RG3. Now, if the wife was involved and she's pushing that narrative and RG3 is going against his own culture to please her,
Hmm.
then yeah, he deserved the backlash and every bit of it.
Yeah, because I mean, there was an instance there where in the All-Star game, Kelsey Plum playing full on full court defense, right? There's other stars in the game that show the same type of animosity that Angel Reese does toward Caitlin Clark, right? Diana Taurasi, hey, she gonna see when she get welcome to the WNBA. There were a lot of ladies that were voicing these things. Why did Angel Reese catch all of the smoke, right? And so you taking us right to the next one, which is amazing because as we discuss this, together and as we're going through, what some of the topics would be, how are we gonna break away from sports and, talk about other things? Me and Sam were talking about the modern woman, versus the traditional woman. And, talking about when you look at kind of what's going on now and what's being pushed, right? You look at the sexy reds of the world, all of these promiscuous women that are, kind of promoting sex. You look at OnlyFans, right? They're promoting this certain image that you're not used to seeing. And you're kind of generalizing it by calling it, right, the modern woman, versus traditional woman. And so me and Sam were kind of talking a little bit back and forth about, do have men created these women? And so it's funny you talked about the beta and alpha. And some women want to live a traditional lifestyle or want that, but some men don't bring it out of them, right? And some men drive them toward being like the modern woman that, one, has to work, or two, kind of wants their independence and kind of is like, I could do it without you. And so it was funny you brought up, beta alpha. But that topic, right? modern woman versus traditional woman. Um, have y'all had any dealings with either? And, what are some of your findings, from either one side or the other?
Man, that's a loaded question, big.
Yeah, you might
Oh,
not like it, baby, but hey, this what we on today.
you say it's loaded?
It's a loaded question, big.
Well,
We gonna get
I'm
it
gonna
all out,
start up.
though.
I
Yeah,
know. I know.
I'm
I
gonna
know.
say a few things. Then I'm gonna let it go.
Okay.
First, the modern woman. What I've seen, they say they want the traditional man. They say they want the Christian man. But a traditional and Christian man will tell them, hey, you can't wear this, you can't wear that. This is what I need from you. This is what I'll provide. But the modern women don't want to accept being told what to do. And
Right.
it's not like you're actually telling them what to do. You're saying, hey, this is what's respectful to me. And if you can't meet those standards, I don't need to be with you. And you don't need to be with me. And most of them say they looking for a Christian man. A Christian man wouldn't accept that if he's Christian.
Right.
So there's a big difference. And all I'm saying is all of them don't want what they say they want. And they living off what they wish for instead of what they got. And traditional women don't mind doing what they doing because they understand and know what they have. So
Oof.
there's a separation. So in other words, what's wrong is kind of not the traditional woman anymore. What's right is the traditional woman.
Okay. Let
So
me
hopefully I helped you out with this double-edged question here, but
Octavius, boy, you gotta bring them skeletons out, my boy.
Yes.
Woo! What R. Kelly say?
This is what I'm gonna
Trapped in
say.
the closet. Closet. We gonna get them
And
out.
this is what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna start with the modern woman. Yeah. The modern woman, man, it's a difficult conversation because look, they're trying to be independent women, right? And so you have this OnlyFans, you have a plethora of women using their body to make money, which is empowerment, which is what gets them to be independent, right? But at the end of the day, they become an object and they get treated as such. And then when men treat them as an object, as what they're showcasing themselves as, now they feel like they're being disrespected. Oh, you're supposed to treat me better than that. But it's like, yo, you selling your body for $20, right? Like you selling videos for $5, you getting subscribers for $10, but now you're independent because you're driving a Benz or you got a house and you're able to do everything on your own. But then when you turn 40, you alone with a cat,
Talk to him.
right?
Talk to him. Oh,
And you mad at the world because you looking for the best man in the world to treat you like a traditional woman that covers up or does the right things and acts like a woman, right? So you want a man to treat you as a traditional woman, but then you still want to be out here and be a thotty, right? Shaking ass for $20, getting subscribes, getting views, getting likes to be the next baddie. But you don't know what that's gonna take you to. Whereas a traditional woman that carries himself as a queen, as a woman supposed to, they're the ones that ain't shaking their ass on camera. They're the ones that is actually knowing how to cook, right? And not TikTok meals women, right? Actually knowing how to cook and feed a king.
they got
Take
to
care of
learn
your
from somewhere
king.
now.
Take care of your king. And that's how you become a better queen. It's a game of chess, right? The queen is a valuable piece in the board on how they move, but the game is over once the king is done. You know what I mean? And so, again, when it comes to traditional women to modern women, it's a loaded question because, again, I do respect the women that's out there making they bag how they can. You got strippers, you got dancers. There's been strippers and dancers and prostitutes since what, the 80s, right?
80s.
And they've been
Brother,
getting
the 60s and 50s, brother.
right.
50s.
And so,
Yeah.
again,
Scalawags.
I'm not against it whatsoever. I'm not, and I support single mothers because they super women. They got to do it on their own one way or another. And women out here that's getting their
Hey, I gotta stop this beta thing you going into. You're dipping into the beta section, brother. You're dipping into the beta section. You was going smooth. Now
I'm not dipping
I'm
it, but
asking you this
I'm not
question.
trying. I'm not. Wait,
He
hold on.
getting in
I'm
his
not dipping
feelings,
into the bait.
Sam.
I'm not dipping in the bait, but I'm just showing love to. I'm showing appreciation
Would
to the
you
single
allow
mothers
your
that's out
daughter
there.
to do? Would you be cool
Fuck
with your
them.
daughter out there on OnlyFans?
Fuck them.
There you
Would
go,
you?
oh.
But you supporting them.
No, I'm not. I'm not supporting them. What I'm saying is for there's multitude of single women
Hey,
out there that
so
don't have to do that.
the
That don't
question
have to
was,
do that.
did men create this modern woman?
Yes.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Yes.
Yes.
You do have women go to the strip clubs and support women. They should do the same thing with the WNBA. But
100%.
as I was saying, we created them because we put the money for it. We tell them we try to take control of the women because we have the cars, we have the money, all that. So once they feel like we disrespectful and they feel like, hey, we gonna go do this, this, and this to get the money so we can be equal, which they'll never be equal regardless. You can have all the money in the world that you want, but you will never be equal to a man, period. No matter how you look at it. You can have equal money, but you still won't be equal.
Facts.
There's a separation.
Yeah.
We recreated that monster. Now we have to deal with it.
And I think one of the coldest things that I keep hearing, right? And Myron from the Fresh and Fit podcast, bro, is listen, women, y'all hold the key to sex, and men hold the key to the relationship. So when you think about what the modern woman out here doing or sexualizing herself, you devalue yourself to the man that you're looking to go get in the future because you want to chase your bag right now. You're giving away what most men cannot get. Most men have to pay to get, and you're giving it away. And now you want to get this traditional man, or even let's say you want to find a modern man, but you want him to have traditional values, meaning you want him to take care of you. You want him to assert himself, right? You want him to be the alpha. But one of the biggest things when you think about a modern man, or I'm sorry, traditional man, right? A traditional man is dominance and control, rejection of femininity, and provider role, right? Like those are the three main things that it encapsulates, right? And when you think about the modern woman, independence and self-reliance, career oriented, right? Challenging
Green deal.
traditional,
Crazy.
traditional roles, right? Challenging traditional roles, assertive and confident, and prioritizing personal fulfillment. Like when you think about those things, they don't match with the traditional man. You can't be assertive and confident and think you about to go listen to your man. Whether your man go in the right direction or not, that's not gonna happen. And so it's very hard for them to insert themselves in certain positions because you as the modern woman looking for this traditional man that likely doesn't exist because, it used to be you want a man to make $100,000 a year. Now these women want men making $1 million a year $2 million a year. And it's like, what world do you live in? And it's me and Octavius, we talked about this when we was back at the crib at 9402, Virginia, bro. We talked about this. The stripper go to want to be a dental assistant, right? And then they like, damn, man, I got this hourly job. Man, it just ain't cutting it like it used to. It's that fast money. You're seeing these people in there that just got money to blow, that don't have any financial literacy. And now you think, man, if this regular dude coming in here dropping XYZ on me, or these rappers, or these ball players, or these people in music videos, that is less than 1% of the men in America that are dropping money like that. So you want to go and search the entire world for less than 1% of a man.
I'm gonna say this, Ty, not to cut you off, but
You good.
To be real, all of us probably victims of not being what traditional actually means. What traditional actually
100%.
means is both of us meet each other as virgins.
Oh, you
Like,
going
and
100%
then
traditional.
yeah, like I
Yeah.
mean,
No sex till marriage. Okay.
It's actually what's real. Like to keep it real,
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like for the women to go out there and do OnlyFans, and most cases, I believe, it's not just on the internet. They travel, they be
Yeah.
sent, they going to do all sorts of things, and then after you just toe up and anything else in the world might have happened to you, now you want this man. Now you want this man who's, in your eyes, high quality, already got his bag, already doing everything he needs to do. I deserve him. When you don't know what this man been through, he might still be a virgin.
Mm-hmm.
And he deserves a virgin. He don't deserve somebody 20 men and had.
Mm-hmm.
He don't
Facts.
deserve that. So to keep it real, like that's how, and it wasn't me, but that's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's
Yeah.
supposed to be. Two virgins, or slightly experienced man meet a virgin, that's his wife. You move forward. Now, back in the day, sex was marriage.
Yeah.
Having sex with the woman, y'all are now married. That's your husband. It wasn't, let's go get papers. It wasn't all that. It was, as soon as you have sex, that's your husband, that's your wife. And that's how what tradition is. It's not, you don't supposed to dominate your wife. You're supposed to be the
Right.
last say so. You're supposed to be the last say so what goes on. But you're not supposed to dominate her. You say, hey, this is what I need. She's supposed to provide. She's supposed to have your back. She's supposed to bring more than just that box with her.
Yeah. It's a
It's
mutual
more to
respect.
it.
It's a mutual
Yeah.
respect. I agree, Sam. And I think that's the part of that tradition that, some women fight the most, is why I got to listen to what you say. Like, why? And it's not to be, you're going to listen to me. Like, that's not what, traditional men are necessarily saying. It's just that, hey, listen, at the end of the day, we're going to have a conversation. I'll make the decision, right? But I'll hear you out. We'll absolutely go back and forth. We'll discuss it as a family for sure. You women are natural nurturers, right? Men, look, we got a work ethic. I think a lot of what created the modern woman and different things were a lot of lazy men that don't want to go out there and get a bag, that don't want to go work, that don't want to provide, don't want to support. And it created these women that are taking care of men. And that's a lot of, where a lot of the kickback is coming, is that there are men out here, okay, riding in their girl car, driving around to go meet another girl, getting bread from their girl while they girl go work. Like, get off your ass and go work, bro. Like, go do something. Like, be active. Like,
But that's the ones the women choose, brother. That's the one who.
I
That's
know,
fact.
Sam. I know,
Hey, that's
man.
facts.
I know, Sam.
That's so facts.
That's the woman thing. They keep having that damn apple. It always come back to the damn apple, Sam. It always come back to that apple. and they keep
That's the
biting
one
the
they
damn
choose.
thing every time. You 100%
And
right.
that's the reason men created these modern women, because a man has a natural like I need to go and bust me one. You know, man got that naturally. You know
Naturally,
what I
yes,
mean?
sir. Yeah,
And the ones that can get it is the nothing guys. The
right.
guys that want to sit up on the PlayStation all day long. And
Yeah,
like you say, hey, I drop you off at work, go back home, mess around with the neighbor, drive her around, take her grocery shopping and everything, get a couple hundred from her, you know.
yeah,
Them
yeah.
the ones they choose.
It's the nurture. It's that nurturing thing in them, man. And like, or it's something they saw they mama do or they aunties or, something. I think it could 100% be that. You talk about trauma from the man side of it, right? Think about the trauma from the woman side of it too. It could be a mixture of things, but I think that as a man, it's embarrassing to be sitting there and having your woman provide for you in the sense of like that's where she gets that entitlement or that ownership from, right? So can you imagine alpha male going and being with this woman that's just been caring for a man for 5 years? There's gonna
Hey,
be
Stella,
some tension there.
hey, Stella started that, man.
There's naturally gonna be there's gonna be
Hey,
tension.
facts.
There's naturally gonna be
Stella,
tension there. You know what I'm saying? So
hey,
how do how
TV,
do we how do we fix it though? Because I think right now we're too far gone. And what I mean by that is the media is absolutely playing a role in all of this, in which look at what we portray as our, successful people or our heroes and different things like this, right? Look at who the women have to look up to now. You think about back in the day, I felt like there were a lot more inspirational women to look up to and not just sexual icons to look up to.
it depends on who you talking about. Cause I know y'all done heard it back in the day. Y'all might have been shorties back then. But y'all done heard a woman say, use what you got to get what you
To
want.
get what you want.
You
Yeah.
know, Stella got her groove back.
Yeah.
All these all these damn things. All these damn things just in altered our women, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's going
They
on
done
with Shannon?
changed the game on us.
Yeah.
Man gotta go bad. So that's how it was created.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll one last thing. Oh, you want one last little take on this?
Yeah, I think I might be like a little like lagging or whatnot, but my apologies. But the one thing I'll say is this: you asked a question on like how can things change? Like you said, I think it's too far gone. We've put too much power into honestly like the sex. Unless men could stop being men, I think it's too far gone
Say that
for
again, oh?
majority. I said I think it's just too far gone unless men stop prioritizing sex or monetizing sex as we do. Then we're gonna always give women that natural power, that empowerment. That's the only reason why OnlyFans is as popular
Man,
as it is because we support that. You know
we
what I mean?
weak.
If I'm not saying we as in us gentlemen, but I'm just saying like
No,
us
men,
and me,
men,
oh,
bro. There's
we
Man
support it.
weak when it
yeah,
comes
bro.
to that box.
It's
Man
just
weak.
it's just nah. The craziest thing is like if y'all listen to some of these OnlyFans stories, bro. Like this dude gave me 1,500 for sending him a half nipple pic. Like what, bruh? This stuff is free on the internet, bruh. It
Free.
can't be like it can't be that. It can't be that good.
And but this what makes it worse. This is what I was saying. I'll be done. What makes it worse, what's fucking up the game, is the simple fact that you have, man. Look, I'm just gonna say it, bro. You got ugly ducklings out here, right? I mean, you got women that's 500 pounds, dog. That's out here feeling like they Beyonces because they got men that are saying they're giving them two, three, four, five
Yeah,
hundred dollars to do X, Y, and Z.
yeah,
And so now when you have a good dude or a dude that's on his shit, maybe he want him an ugly duckling. Maybe he going for a 5 or a 6, right? and he go and approach her, her mind is so far gone because she got other dudes sending her all type of money or whatnot, making her feel like she a baddie. And so it fuck up the whole entire dynamic.
Yeah, bro,
It
a
really
good dude
do.
and can't
And
pull a 5. Crazy.
can't pull a 5 because she think that she a 10. Right? And again, her mindset is her mindset, but that's what I mean about, that's really where I'm coming at when it comes to alphas and betas.
Yeah.
You got betas that's fucking up the whole entire game for alphas.
Yeah.
And look, alphas are still gonna be alphas and we're gonna still get through and we're gonna find our way. But the betas is taking over and flooding the game and making ugly ducklings feel like they're the prettiest in the flock.
Yeah.
That's
And
all
I
I'm
won't
saying
even
about
go
that.
that far with the ugly duckling because I think, listen, women are beautiful. I just love women. Naturally, I just love women. And I prefer a natural woman naturally, right? I would prefer a natural woman over all this other stuff. So all my
Facts.
queens out there,
I like the man.
stay natural. I love it. You beautiful. Whether you're
Please.
thick, whether you got a little booty back there, you got a little in the front, it all look good to me, baby.
Please.
But listen, I think
Classic is not the way to
here's
go.
the thing.
All that thickness turned to fat after about that.
Here's the thing. And no knock on my women, bro. I didn't motion in the ocean a few of them things. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you gotta take the whip out on a test drive before you buy it, baby. So
Hey,
listen to me.
Also, like you separate the betas and the alphas. Like the betas going for the ones that you say ugly ducklings, right? So even though they think they tens, these other guys ain't trying to holler at them no way.
Right. They just want the
So
one thing, bro.
they looking for the ones that actually look as though they 7, 8s, 9s, or 10s. They ain't looking for the ducklings. They
I
ain't
mean, but
looking for
you
them.
can't say nobody. I mean, look, there's the eye of the beauty is in the eye of the beholder is what I was told, and so
Yeah.
I mean, you can't sit there and say that they're not getting any attention because I believe any
Man, ain't
woman,
nobody
and
looking at Shanae.
hey, you never know. You
Well,
really never
Shanae was a
know.
man. Let's keep it a bean. Let's keep it a bean.
Hey, but
What?
you got chicks out there looking like that though.
Hey, let's keep it a bean.
hey, but somebody like it though.
Let's keep
You
it
know
a
what I mean? Like for real, like somebody, there is somebody out there for everybody. And
That's
again, I do
true.
agree. Like I love women and all say, and whatever the case may be, like women
Fellas,
are beautiful.
here's what
But
you
you
do,
deal with
fellas.
what you around them though.
Here's what you do, fellas. Here's what you do. And it's funny because I just told my cousin this, bro. We was discussing a couple of crazy little things, man. But I literally told my cousin, I got 2 boys. Sam, you got a room full of boys. Oh, ain't got no kids, right? I said, Jay, it's harder explaining to your daughter why your new girlfriend, the same age as her, versus explaining that to your son. Here's what we need to do. As men, you gotta raise your daughter. Like, you have to raise your daughters. Naturally, daughters are going to have the natural instinct to resist and fight the father figure because we are going to be so strict in some of the approach. But I think having that male presence, it gives some of the women, better understanding of how to deal with men or what to expect in a sense from men. Don't hide who you are from her because she needs to know 100%. Now, I don't have a daughter, but if I had a daughter, it would be completely different than the way I raise my sons. Completely different than the way I raise my sons. And what I mean by that is some of the women that I've had and been in relationships with where I've shown them a completely different side than I've ever shown anybody else. That's how I'm raising my daughter. That's I'ma be for my daughter. I won't be the Tyrone that was TJ for so many years. I won't be the Tyrone that is causing problems and, doing all of this wild stuff that may or may not have happened in my past. I just think we got to raise our daughters. As men, you have to raise your daughter. And if you know that your daughter's mom was a little promiscuous, back in the day. You knew what she used to do. She snuck in the window, snuck in your grandma's house, did all these different things just to get a little freaky with you. You gotta let your daughter know all the tricks in the book, what to expect, what's gonna happen. And I think that you can find a way to get her, on a path. Or we really gotta raise our sons as well, because the sons of the future will take care of a lot of these women if we can get them to not get to thought status. That's the part. How do we get them to not be a thought to get to the son? That's the challenge. Take them iPads away, lock her in a room, shackle her, homeschool her.
Damn.
Listen,
What's
there's a
up?
lot of different things, man, but I think it starts with, like, my brother. I love my brother to death, man. But my brother, his daughter walked out the room. Boy, he did y'all, the men know you put that arm down to your side, and how far do your hand reach? Your skirt bet not be above that. And he had to hit her with one of those. Where did you get that from? Get your butt back in there and change. And so
Hey,
it's all about challenging her early and not letting anything from the outside penetrate her thought. You need to be the voice, and her mother needs to be the nurturer.
Hey, that's a life. That's a life. Even when you're older,
It's a
you learn
lot.
some things. No. Yeah, even when you're older, you learn some things. Now, I have a daughter, and I wasn't able to put that forth on her.
Right,
I'm
right,
gonna
right.
keep it 100. I wasn't able to control that narrative. I was a little beta back then. I ain't gonna lie about it. You know, you live, you learn, brother. You live, you
We all
learn.
had a little beta in us,
You
Sam.
know,
It's everybody
yeah.
gets there.
It been at points in times. You know, some people grow out of it. Some people stay in it. I'm one that pursued happiness, and now we have a better relationship together. So
Perfect. I love that.
no, so life is learning. But we created them.
We
We
created them
created these.
100%.
We created them.
Ladies, will 100% take the fall. And again, for all of my women empowerment women that, man, y'all want to take credit for everything. Shut up. We
I don't need
created
your
that.
credit.
We created that monster. We'll tame that monster. We'll try to put it back in the jar. And we'll see how that go. I don't know about this virgin on virgin stuff though, Sam. I don't think we ever gonna get back to that,
yeah,
brother.
that ain't
Hey,
gonna
but
happen. That's so
I said with the original tradition. When it
Yeah.
all
that
boils
ain't
down,
gonna happen.
what it all boils down to is everybody going against what's biblical. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
what it all
Yep.
boils down to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do things the way we want to instead of the way it was written.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
True that. True
That's the
that.
problem. How
True
can we
that.
get everybody back to that? And like you said, it started with our boys. If our
Mhm.
boys, which is trending now, cause a lot of men, you say you watch the YouTube channel with Byron now. So when the boys, that's our future men, say, okay, we not dealing with women like that, that's what will change things.
100%.
That will calm the women down and say, hey, these men don't want this type of behavior. We got to change if that's who we want, But
100%. I agree. Just
but
like just
but
like women, sorry, Sam, just like the same thing you were talking about with um if all the women stop giving it up,
men will
guess
change.
guess what's gonna happen? Men gonna start
Men will
listening.
change.
Men gonna
Hmm.
change. Everything is gonna shift. I think you just have, but it's on both sides of the fence, right? You got the men that's out here that's gonna wild and pay for it. You got the women out here that's gonna just give it up. And then you have some women out here that are genuinely looking for a connection. Um, one last thing. Can I ask y'all fellas one last thing though? The girl was wilding in high school, probably even college. You know, She got her a good job now. You know, she may got 1 or 2 kids. She doing real good, taking care of all that. Can we erase them bodies and wipe her up? Like, what's going on?
Hey,
She's a
I was
changed woman.
once told, as long as you take her out of her territory, her history don't exist. You know what
Mm,
I mean?
mm.
So, I mean, that's the best thing I could say. We
So,
all got skeletons in our closets.
so get her off of Safari and put her on Google Chrome, and that search history won't be there. Okay. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
All
I
right.
beg to differ. And the
Everybody
reason,
got
and the
bodies.
reason, and the
Everybody got
reason,
skeletons.
and yeah, everybody got skeletons in their cars.
Yeah.
That's true. Like
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah.
Like I said, ain't nobody really traditional anymore. I ain't
Yeah.
gonna say nobody, but
But why
it's a
not?
nice percentage that's not.
Why not, Sam? Why not? Tell us the why
With
not.
that being said, because a man needs his attention, a man needs his peace, a woman needs her peace too, away from the kids, all that. Now, if I'm a man and I don't have no kids, just cause she fresh out of college and she done had her fun,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't make me, if I take her from Idaho and take her to Arizona,
Mm-hmm.
to me, like, I'm gonna have to deal with these kids that, for one, know I ain't daddy. Two, is gonna go before me in every way, shape, or form.
Mm.
I have a problem with that.
Okay. Even
Because
if
if I'm gonna provide and protect and do all these things, all three of you need to respect me. And respect means I don't mean I'm absolutely first at everything, but I'm first, last source, last decision. If they out of pocket, I'm gonna want to whip that butt.
yeah,
And now I gotta deal. Now
I'm
I
the
gotta deal
authoritative
with this
figure.
kid calling they. Now I gotta deal with this kid calling their daddy. Like, I don't like his rules. He whooped me.
I'll whoop his daddy ass
Mama not
too.
gonna stop that. Mama not gonna stop that.
What?
And cause you have
Holy shit.
men that haven't put a cent on this kid's life.
Yeah.
That's the reason she left him.
Yeah.
But as soon as one of them kids called daddy, he hit me. Now it's animosity that you don't even see coming.
Yeah. True that. True that. But I think Sam, a lot of that though, Sam, is the upbringing. And I think if you got a woman that is gonna put herself in that position to, kind of follow the lead of another man, I don't think her kids are gonna be that far out in the woods like that. I don't see that woman having those children, right? Like I think that you can kind of match a woman with what her children are like. You can kind of match it almost, right? Now there's some kids that are just out there, but I think that if you get a woman that is willing to, kind of follow the traditional gender roles and kind of, roll with you, hey, you are the man, you are the
It will
lead,
be
you
a
are
new
this.
tradition to her. She got 2 kids, brother.
Everybody come with baggage is not good baggage, you know?
That's true,
Like I
Sam.
said,
Hey,
everybody got skeletons in their closet. What
hey,
you have
Sam,
to
right. Even Southwest don't let 2 bags fly for free no more.
you have to understand. Now, I ain't saying it will never happen to where the woman come in, the kids are under control. She trusts you enough that your discipline is not to hurt, is but to teach.
Yeah.
You got to get past that trust. You got to get past that trust. Because
Sam,
it's a reason. It's a reason she's no longer with the other person.
correct, Sam, but don't fault her for what she never got to experience. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But
again,
where y'all meet at? Like, she fresh out of college, 2 kids.
I ain't say
Like,
fresh out of college. I say she got her career going, everything. Like she's in her bag right now, and she's out there looking for a man to lead her, right?
But I would say this though, T. I would say like, and I tell some of my single females the same thing. Like, if you're a single mother with kids, then go find you a single father with kids, right? Because then y'all could relate and you guys could be on the same page. But if you have a single mother like what you're explaining that has kids and finds or it gets involved with a single male as myself that don't have kids, well, you can't expect that same type of level. There are some guys out there that will commit to that.
Yeah.
But then again, there's other guys that won't. And so what I've told him is like, yo, if you go with a guy that's single that don't have kids, you cannot expect a very high clip from that because of he has to take on that baggage. Right. So again, that's my only pushback on that is as long as they go for what they have, then I would see that it would mesh a lot better. And I'm not saying that there's no single guys out there in the world that would not take a responsibility
A lot
over
will. A lot of
a
them will.
woman that has kids. I'm not saying that, but I do know men as well that don't have kids that would not want to take on that responsibility.
Yeah,
Just due
100%.
to the fact of what Sammy said. Like, yo, you already got kids, right? Like, I'm not trying to raise your kids or have to deal with your baby daddy or whatever the case may be. Like, I want to start fresh or whatnot. Not saying that your past is bad. You did that just like others. It's just that's not what I want to be able to
And you should be
bring into
allowed
my
that
life.
opinion and not get bashed about it though. But
Go
Yeah.
fast.
I'm a man. I'm a man that have been with women with kids,
Yeah.
you know, and not saying it can't happen. All I'm saying is these things you have to look for when you hook up with a woman with kids. You got to look for those type of things. You don't
Yeah.
jump into that relation. If you're going to take that step, you don't jump into that relationship. You know, y'all gonna get it in. I'm sure y'all is. Y'all gonna get it in and all that. But you have to look past just getting it in. You have to learn. You have to see characteristics, what's best for you. You have to look at those things.
Yeah.
Because if y'all be together too long and she decide to leave you, there's a chance that you still gonna be paying for those kids.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's the
So
part of the
you gotta factor in all those things.
that's the part though, Sam, of like when you could find that person that when you ask the question of what you bring to the table, they don't give you
I would
some
never ask
dumb
that.
response as like, I'm the table. Like, now again, it ain't about you asking. What I mean is it's not about directly asking the question. I just mean it as a sense
You
of
got I
when
don't
you're
even know what
evaluating those things.
yeah.
Like when you're
I
looking,
mean,
and you're evaluating those things. Obviously, you married, Sam. You off the, you know what I'm saying? You on the sideline. But I'm
yeah.
saying, like Octavius, for instance, he may not just directly ask, what do you bring to the table? But when Octavius is dating and he's evaluating the qualities that this woman has and like, is seeing these things, this
He
is,
just gonna take it to Chrome.
you never know.
Get off
Y'all
that
wow,
safari,
man.
girl. Come on over here to
I can't even
Chrome.
have an objective conversation
Yeah.
with y'all. Y'all wow, boy. Lee,
Go ahead, brother. My bad. My
Sam.
bad.
No, man, it's cool. I'm just saying, I'm trying to think of both sides of this, man. And I think when when I look at the amount of single mothers that are out there, there's a healthy amount. Now, there's more single mothers out there than there are single fathers, single men, right? So you have a lot of women out there that will be bringing, other kids into the relationship. I just think it's important to know that, hey, when you do get a guy that is committed to making those changes or shifting and adjusting some of the things they do to accompany your children or bring them in and start to provide for that family, there are some things you can't just be jumping out the window and saying. There's some things that, you're going to have to, bite your tongue on and XYZ. That old relationship ain't going to work here. And so for the women that are looking, the women that may be, trying to find this, just take those things into consideration. I'm not him. Or, the guy is not him, right?
Hey, I seen this clip that said this woman said she got 5 kids, and she told this man, if he ain't man enough to take care of all this, then she don't want him. He ain't good enough.
The first thing I said, there's going to be some things you can't say that ain't the way to start that conversation, baby girl. That ain't the way.
Yeah. I'm like,
Yeah.
really?
I don't care how bad you are.
And I can't charge it.
Ain't the way to start that
If
combo.
like I said, I ain't saying for not to date the woman with 2 kids. All I'm saying is don't jump into it. Learn something. Make sure that there's
Oh yeah.
a mutual respect amongst the whole group.
Right.
You know,
Right.
because there's gonna be a trust factor. She gonna have to trust you around her kids.
Right.
She gonna have to trust you with her. You gonna have to trust her. You gonna have to trust her around your things and your family and your associates.
Right.
All these things gotta happen.
Right. And we'll look, we gonna leave it there because I think this is a conversation that obviously look, there's a lot more avenues to go. I'm a single father of 2 children. Octavius a single man with no children, and Sam is happily married with Sam, what you got? 4? 5 kids? You got 4? 4 kids, right? So we
Great
all have
grandkid.
our different perspectives. Hey, the ladies out there, y'all may not be getting represented. There's a lot of people that have brought ladies on, and the ladies don't seem that smart. Where are my smart women that can articulate what they need to get across? Where are some of y'all at? So, we could challenge some of these things. I'd love to see it. But next week, gentlemen, the next time we are on this podcast, we'll be picking the Thursday night, Sunday night, Monday night football games. So y'all do y'all research. Y'all watch this last week of preseason. Y'all get ready. And then, looking forward, we'll be looking for more guests to jump on and, have a conversation with us. But we'll be bringing a few fresh topics next week. So y'all stay tuned. But ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank Sam, Mr. Octavius for the nice conversation today. You fellas have been amazing. Congratulations on the new crib. Deli, see
Yeah,
us
brother.
out, brother.
They can slow me
Yeah.
down. Slow me down. Yeah, I know they
Huh?
wish I go away. Go away, but they ain't fucking with my throwaways. My throwaways been a trillion since like way back. Like way back. The chosen few, they can say that. Say that you try to play me, never play yourself. Play yourself. Call me heavy, pray you say yourself. Say yourself. Keep the money, I want loyalty. The loyalty, the world better off with more of me. With more of me.